Assalamualaikum to Sir HAMZI. My name is Muhammad Izzuddin bin Muhammad Anuar. My matrix number is 01DDT23F1187 and today I'm going to present about my practical task exercise 1, the FN50343 Enterprise Network. So without further ado, let's begin. So for the scenario is syslog messages that are generated by network devices can be collected and archived on a syslog server. The information can be used for monitoring, debugging and troubleshooting purposes. The administrator can control where the messages are stored and displayed. Syslog messages can be timestamped for analysis of the sequence of network events. Therefore, it is important to synchronize the clock across the network devices with a network time protocol NTP server. Now let's take a look at the first part, which is sketches and build the network. So the picture that is shown is the topology that I came up with. It contains 3 routers, 2 switches, 6 PCs and a server. For the second part is configure and displays the basic configuration. So 2.1, configure the basic configuration based on the new design. So on R1, I change the hostname to R1. On interface G000, I insert the IP 192.168.10.1 and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0 and I no shut the interface. For the second interface S010, I insert the IP 192.168.1.1. The subnet is 255.255.255.252 and I no shut the interface too. For R2, I change the hostname to R2. On interface S010, I insert the IP 192.168.1.2. The subnet is 255.255.255.252 and I also no shut the interface. On interface S011, I insert the IP 192.168.1.5. The subnet is 255.255.255.252 and I no shut the interface. On router 3, I change the hostname to R3. On interface G000, I insert the IP 192.168.20.1. The subnet is 255.255.255.0 and I also no shut the interface. On interface S010, I insert the IP 192.168.1.6. The subnet is 255.255.255.252 and I also no shut the interface. And then for switch 1, I changed the hostname to SW1. I created VLAN 10 and then I assign IP F0/2 until 3 into VLAN 10 and I enable trunking mode. And then for SW2, I changed the hostname to for switches 2, I changed the hostname to SW2. I created VLAN 20 and I assign interface F0/2 until 3 init and I also enable trunking mode. So for the part 2.2 displays the configuration that has been done without using the command show running config for all the devices. So for R1, as we can see, these are the result that we got. So for the first one is show IP interface brief and the second one is show IP root. For R2, this is also the result that I got, and for R3 it is also the same thing. So the table shows the interface brief and the OSPF that I created. So for the third part is configure and display syslog with NTP. So 3.1 configure the syslog with NTP. 3.1 syslog must have syslog server. The picture shown is the picture of my syslog server. 3.1.2 for syslog client must have on the all router that has been used. So as we can see on R1, logging host 192.168.10.2, service timestamp log datetime MSEC. For R2, logging host 192.168.10.2, service timestamps log datetime MSEC. For R3, logging host 192.168.10.2, service timestamps log datetime MSEC. So for the part 3.1.3 for NTP, must make sure have NTP master and NTP client. So for R1, which is NTP master, NTP master 2, and then clock to set the time and date, and then clock set to change the current time, and the clock set is to change the day of the month. And for R2, the command is NTP server 192.168.10.1, and the same thing goes with R3, which is NTP server 192.168.10.1. So for the part 3.2, displays the configuration that has been done without using the command show running config for all the devices. So for R1, the command is show clock, and to show the association, just enter the command show NTP association, and to see the NTP status, just enter the command show NTP status. So for R2, the command is also the same, show clock to see the clock, and to see the NTP status is also the same, show NTP status, and for NTP association also the same, which is show NTP associations. For R3, it is also the same thing, which is show clock to see the clock, and to see the NTP status is also the same, show NTP status, and the last one, to see NTP associations, just enter the command show NTP associations. So for the fourth part is displays the communication between devices. So for the part 4.1, displaying the communication between all devices by show the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway on and each device and can communicate with each other. So for PC0, as we can see, I enter the command ipconfig to see the IP address, subnet mask, default, and also default gateway. And as we can see, these are the information that I got for PC0, and I also test the connectivity, and as we can see, the connectivity is successful because we do not have any lost packets. And for PC1, I also did the same thing. I enter the command ipconfig, and the IP, subnet mask, and default gateway is shown. And I also test the connectivity, and the connectivity testing is successful because we do not have because I do not have any lost packet. And this is the syslog server result. As we can see, it is successful. That is all from me. Thank you.